You're right. Martial free transfer to Saudi Arabia is on, and it's one of those things I'm going to hate to catch my mind that in the due course of Man United not trying to trigger his option 1 year, that is really very important to us as far as the financial fair play is really concerned. They might have gone ahead to make a decision on really getting this guy out of the club of Manchester United, and we've always gone ahead to see to it that we can reflect it back to when John Mata really traveled to Saudi Arabia. It's the 2nd of January 2024. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is concerned. Rokan David is my name, and hope everything is really going on as planned. So right now, I really want us to see to it that everything really goes on as planned. John Evans, for him, Ten Hag is going to hit obviously recommend it to the board that United should offer him a new contract. We're going to discuss and give a very huge digestion onto that. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokan David is my name. You can as well call me RD onto this channel. Now, Antoine Martial is one of those players that, you know, has not been playing for the club of Manchester United ever since we really lost to Bournemouth, and he never featured in the game of Bayern Munich, and ever since then he has not been part of the Man United squad. And as it stands, it's really one of the most important things that we are obviously taking over, and we want to look at it. Then let's go to what we've been told by the side called Okez, and I think it's coming in from Saudi Arabia. They've told us that Antoine Martial is in talks with 2 Saudi Pro League clubs about a January transfer. There would be no transfer fee. So, Antoine Martial is in talks with 2 Saudi Pro clubs about a January transfer. And for me, I think for Antoine Martial, it's going to be really a downgrade, because I think at the age of 28, he deserves to really get another club and really test himself. Because ever since he came in from Monaco, when he was I think 19 years of age, he came in throughout Man United, and we really got excited after he scored that first goal against Liverpool in his debut, and he went ahead to obviously have 17 goals in his debut as a Man United player, down into that shirt number 9. But we all know the problems of Man United, and I think he deserves a second chance. One will tell me, Rokani, he was given a second chance at Sevilla, and he never went ahead to obviously do the needful and really take himself to where he deserves to be, because he got injured that side. But he gave us the reason as to why he was obviously injured every time, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer forced him on the field of play when he was injured, and he obviously broke down. That is it. So I think he deserves a second chance, but if at all he believes that he can go to Saudi Arabia as a free agent and really earn lots of money, then it's better. I think there is chance for him to really resurrect back. That is it. I believe there is chance for us to resurrect and really get ourselves to where we deserve to be. And I would like to let you know that nothing is gonna really stop Man United from doing this, because they've gone ahead to make the decision that they are not obviously going to trigger his one option here, because one, he's earning a lot of money at the club of Manchester United, and he has gone ahead to obviously put in a lot of effort, you know, as a guy who has gone ahead to obviously put himself in the right way of the game. So the club of Man United are really wanting to really reduce onto the wage burden, and if at all you get Antoine Martial out on free, you'll see to it that you are saving £6 million. But you ask yourself, if I really trigger the contract of Antoine Martial, can't I sell him like £20 million in the summer? That is my big query, that we are letting out players on a free as if these players don't have suitors that can sign them. Teams like West Ham are looking in for centre forwards. Teams like Crystal Palace are looking in for centre forwards. You know, very many other teams in the Premier League would really purchase Antoine Martial. But I think what United fear is when they trigger that one year contract, that means it has to keep standing all static onto the price that this guy is really earning. That is £250,000 a week, right? So if it's £250,000 a week, we obviously have a lot to spend on him, yet he's an injury-prone player, and it's the same thing with Rafael Varane, that however much he's earning £340,000 a week, one of the best central defenders in the world, but his injuries make him look like an inconsistent player, because he rarely comes up to obviously be available every time he's called up to do the show. That is it. Coming in through from me and the United Matters channel panel. So I understand where the United side is really looking at. You might obviously say, let's obviously sacrifice that and really see to it that we don't really go ahead and obviously sign that contract and really let him go on a free. And letting him go on a free in January transfer window, I don't see it as something possible, unless otherwise they're telling us that they're going to let him run his contract down and see to it that they obviously sell him off. But on the other side, I would like to blame the board of Man United, because if he was not part of the plan, why didn't we let him go in the summer of last year? That is 2023. Why did we keep him around us? Yet we knew that we never really want to obviously get him up and running. That is the most important bit of it all. So I would like to see to it that this guy goes ahead to obviously put in a shift that is well required, and United should come in through and obviously make a decision that is really very good. But if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming in through and telling us that I want to get rid of these players that are really earning a lot of money, such that we get some huge amount of money to spend in the summer and really spend it right, I'll give him a green light. But we know lots of things are really going to happen on this deal, and it resonates with exactly why a story was really put out towards the end of November that John Mata was in Saudi Arabia trying to trade players of Manchester United there, Casemiro, Rafael Varane and Anton Martial. Now, let's wait and see who is going to leave in the January transfer window, and if at all Anton Martial has gone ahead to negotiate with the two clubs, then he can be sold, right? But I think right now he'll say, no, I'm going nowhere, because the player has a right of denial. First refusal, he has it, and he can say no to it, and there is nothing you're obviously gonna do onto that guy. So as things stand, I love Anton Martial, but he has failed himself. He was given a chance under Louis van Gaal. Louis van Gaal got sacked. Under Jose Mourinho, wasn't given a chance, to an extent that Jose Mourinho recommended for him to be sold, and the Glazers stood in the way that they shouldn't sell the player because they see him as a Pele. Then they went ahead to really give him a chance under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He played very well. He scored 23 goals that season, and the next season he was out. He was injured. A lot of things happened for him. And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think, also found himself sacked, and things never went on well. Ten Hag came in through, gave him a chance. Injuries never allowed him to obviously thrive, because last season, if Anton Martial was physically fit, he would have been one of the best players in the world. We know when he's fit, he can put in a shift, he's really talented, but injuries have gone ahead to break him down. And I think the assessment made by the physio team of Man United has gone ahead to see to it that all is not going on as planned. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But this is a story coming in through, I think, from Saudi Arabia, and a source has revealed so. All I want us to see is simple. Let's get going. Let's get going to where we want to be, and see to it that this transfer goes in through or it doesn't break in through, but the best for the club of Manchester United. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in through and Ineos, I think we are obviously going to be run as a club for the very first time in decades. So that is really very important. Now, we've been told by Daily Star that Erik ten Hag will recommend Jonny Evans is given a new one-year contract at Man United. And I'm sorry to say this, but I would rather keep Jonny Evans other than keeping Harry Maguire there. That is it. Why? Harry Maguire is earning a lot of money, close to £250,000 a week. You know that. And he comes with a lot of expenditure at the club of Manchester United. So in this era where you can go ahead and bring in Todibo and get him £100,000 a week, because all I know, he doesn't even exceed like 50 or 30 pounds a week at Nice, and keep Jonny Evans, that's how I kick out this guy, because he's earning £250,000 a week. So I 100% give this. To me, he should be a fifth choice centre back. If you can have Lisandro Martinez, Todibo, Victor Lindelof, maybe Varane, and him being the fifth choice centre back, because when you need him to operate, he'll come in and really play very well. But the problem is, he's aged, but he has shown us that he can keep himself on the pitch fit more than players that are really younger than him. Look at Luke Shaw. Ever since Evans has gone ahead to come through here, he has gone ahead to play many games, or more games than Luke Shaw. Can you imagine? You know, Luke Shaw has been out for very many times, more than Jonny Evans. So it shows you what Ten Hag is really depending on, because I've always told you, you cannot tell me that you're a player who is good and you can only play 50% of the games. Now, if I'm having a player who can play 85% of the games, then I would rather stay with that one because it's going to be readily available. And availability has become one of the most important factors this season, that United has gone ahead to really see very many injuries. You know, very many players have been out because of injuries, and you need to be consistent. You've seen teams like Manchester City losing like 2-3 players. They've gone ahead to really win 1 in 6 games. You know, look at Arsenal. You know, each and every time they really drop off, the reason is all about how they cannot obviously elevate to the levels we expect them to be. So, in my understanding, I understand exactly what is happening at the club of Manchester United, and a lot should be coming in through. So, tell me your thoughts about John Evans, Ten Hag wanting him to obviously be given a new contract, and Anton Martial free transfer to Saudi Arabia as given to us by a source from Saudi Arabia. And what do you make about it? Do you think it's a right move or not? As United chasing for Guirassy, that means this story is also given another huge backup, that they are looking at a striker, and United is going to have to go in contact with the agents of Guirassy, and here we come to bring you these stories. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. Happy New Year again, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm out. Bye bye. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum.